Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Prison Architect. This will be part 13 of our Let's Play. In the last episode, we had a bit of a grease fire in the kitchen, and actually... Is that gone, or does it need to be cleaned or something? Concrete floor? Is it missing? Yeah, okay, it's missing a floor piece. Fair enough. And yeah, a bit of a kitchen fire, and we had some new intakes, where 75% of them, straight up 75%, were identity thieves. And you can see here, everyone still in their cells is an identity thief. One of them just wandered past the regular people. Well... It's funny that punishments kind of affect the regular prisoners a lot more than the identity thieves. Because, you know, the regular prisoners, they're like... Or sorry, the identity thieves, rather. They're basically in permanent punishment. There's not much they can do to get past anything. So what grants do we have here? Grants. Actually, what... Wait. Ah, they all in solitary? No, one's in the infirmary. Well, that's just awkward. 4 people supposed to be in workshop safety and only one of them's there. That's kind of funny, actually, because all the rest of them are injured, in solitary. You know, the list goes on and on. Alright, so what else do we got here? Mechanic class. Yeah, you should have been there ages ago. Pretty good chance of success, too, actually. Rakowski. Like, crazy chance of success. Jesus. 60% after 30% of attendance. Well, that's working away. I hear someone fighting. Oh, it's just that person smashing up their cell. Chris Smith, you troublemaker. Alright, well, what grants do we have? We'll reschedule the programs just to do that. Form 3 education. Good to innovate nutrition research. And cell block D still needs to be done. We could do that. It would only require building a salon. Is he at it again? Pretty sure he is. Yep. Well, now you've smashed up your cell, so... There, fix up the cell so he stops complaining on that level. Wow, he's getting 10 hours in solitary. Ouch. He's just gonna go off all the time there. Right, that kitchen's looking pretty dodgy. Can we just dump that? So much stuff all over the floor. Hello? One marker an escape attempt does not make. Especially one marker in a spot that dogs are walking over all the time. I don't know, but, so in the last episode, I asked if you guys wanted to see me, like, redo or, like, sell this prison and use it to... Okay, we don't need that. Use it to start a new one without the identity thief more traits, and the response has been lackluster to the point where no one has responded. Whether that's because you want me to keep doing it this way, you don't care either way, or you just didn't watch that far into the video, I don't know. Judging by my analytics, I lean towards the not watching far enough into the video. And, that's weird. Why did you just snap? That's weird. They shouldn't be doing that. Wonder if there's too many prisoners for that canteen now. There could be. There very well could be. Alright, but I think, much as I love this prison, I think what we're going to do is we might, at the end of this episode, we'll sell the prison and start a brand new one. Just so I can get rid of these identity thieves, because they're really sort of being a detriment to prison architect in general. And sort of the idea of it, like it's really hard to make any money on work and stuff, because they don't want to work, or sorry, they don't want to learn. Which means that my grading is going to be pretty low. Actually, 19% is not too bad, but you can see the reform rank is low as hell, because no one's completing reform things. Punishment's really high. Health is low, security's average. But yeah, reform is super low, and it should, in a working prison, be a lot higher. Like, way higher. We don't have anyone that should be in their cells? Yes, we do. You should be protective custody. And I guess we'll see what this one new prisoner will be. I bet she's going to be an identity thief. Ready? Oh, look at all those guests. Guest visitors. And ding ding ding! Unknown reputation, probably an identity thief. And yeah, it would be a lot more interesting to start a new prison so that, like, gangs are a lot more interesting. And we might sort of try and make a prison to facilitate that. I might grab a large prison next time, because this was a medium one, I believe. I think I picked medium. And I might get a large prison and work on having multiple, like, common rooms and yards and stuff where they can sort of fight over it to make it a bit more exciting. Because at the moment, no one is joining the gangs because they're all identity thieves, so they're not actually gang members. And that doesn't really work. Where is he? Where's my gang? There he is. Yeah. There's more or less no one is gonna be in a gang when there's so many people that he can't talk to. Yeah, get out. See, like that one. That's pretty clearly wrong, unless that's on a pipe, which it isn't. So why would there be a tunnel there? It makes no sense. So, same with up here. You can see it's disappeared, so obviously there aren't a whole lot of dogs going in the same spot and being like, here, 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 here. Well, Smith's at it again. Oh, we got one on this side this time. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys to go up there. Just... Wow, he's actually taken everyone pretty comfortably. Yeah, when it's getting to this number of protective custody prisoners on that weird schedule, they're just driving up the temperature all the time. Like, before it was kind of balanced out. Purely by the numbers of normal prisoners, so the temperature can never get too high, because the normal prisoners are pretty happy. It's the protective custody ones that have problems with everything. And unfortunately, it's going to require way more money to set up... How much do we figure out? 85. 85 special cells for protective custody that have a lot of the needs in them. It's doable. But generally speaking, you aren't supposed to have them in these numbers. If you have protective custody in these numbers in a normal prison, you've got a real problem. Your prison is crap. because you obviously are having fights like all the time and have to split up prisoners. I mean, he seems like he's just going to keep doing that. Oh, okay, so keeping in mind that at the end of this episode, I want to sell this prison. We should make as much money as possible. So, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I thought it might go off immediately. Okay, beds is not gonna happen. But we can absolutely do this one, and we'll just do it sort of dodgy. Okay, we need to have one prisoner pass general education, and we might be able to do that. Where is general education? Doesn't appear to even be listed here. Oh, hang on, is it a 3-hour course as well? Because that's... 3-hour course, is that what this is too? Yes, it is. That's the problem. Okay, we can fix that though. Because what we can do is put that here. And then, if we start it, it should slip into the other side, right? Yeah. I'd love for it to have a thing to say, like, who's interested. Because I'm almost willing to bet that, it'll be people up here. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. So we'll just leave that in there for the time being. And actually, because... Yeah, now I think about it, because those are blocked like that, anyone in Foundation Education... Well, anyone in General Education has to have completed Foundation first, so that's not a big deal. Maybe they're in Writing class, maybe that's part of the problem. I don't understand what it means by pin. Did I pin them by accident? Right, that's what it means by pin, okay. Right, that's what it means by pin, because if I don't have a pinned, it has problems. General education. Pops in there, and yeah, no one's going to attend it, but that should be alright at the moment. We're making a fair bit of money, although... do sort of need to save money if we're going to sell the prison. That is a good point. Alright, we'll put the hairdresser just up. Actually, we can't even put it here. Put it down here, though. And that's probably what we'll do. We'll just do, say, like, 8. And we'll put a jail door on it. We will move the fence out. Which means we can demolish this fence. Alright, and that'll be some more money. Did that change our deployment? Yeah, it did. Okay, it can be shared for the moment. Come on. Do we have... Why are you not being constructed? Just dismantle these trees. I don't know why that one's not constructed. It should. Oh, did I cancel it by mistake? Hold up. Yep, that's what I did. My bad. That's my bad. I'm stupid. I should have recognized the fact that it was a darker color. Now we have a spare officer, so we're gonna hire the hairdresser. There we go. And this is going to be a salon. Interesting. Model workshop. We haven't built a studio, an ICT lab, or a model workshop. Is the model workshop tied into a program? I don't think it is. Basic garbage recycling, plant cultivation, anger management, maybe? No, it's in a therapy center. Hairdressing, basic training, design. It's in a studio, and that's in an ICT lab. No, so that must be just like a... I don't know what you call it, like a generic... How do we need table, bench? Okay. Table, bench, and something else. Salon stand. Don't know which way it's supposed to go. I guess it just goes. We don't have power there either, which is a bit of an issue, but we can hook that up. Because now that we took the other thing off the power, this one has heaps to give. Actually, how is this one? I didn't check on it. Yeah, it's about half. Nah, heaps. Heaps! We could do another... Well, probably 3 cell blocks. We can do these 3 and repeat them up here. Like, I could make a 200 prison. Really easy. All I'd have to do is literally copy and paste these up that way. Because there should be space. I believe. They're what, like 28 or something? Yeah, 28. So if we just say left like a 3 gap. Ooh, if we left a 2 gap, we could fit it. Or even a 1. Yeah, so we could fit that. We could theoretically do a 200. It wouldn't be very secure because you'd be able to tunnel out and immediately get outside. Jeez, that was a... Oh, I see. Right, because you are an identity thief. Makes sense. That reminds me, is there anyone that needs to go somewhere else? Belong elsewhere? No, it seems like I got them all. Alright, so this can go back to being staff only. It's completely unnecessary to have that there. You need to be let in. Oh, wait. I was going to ask where are all my guards, but right, they... Oops. Right, they don't have to be there because it's not a work time. It's just 2 that I have people in there. Yeah. Now that makes sense. So we've completed that, which is excellent. We have a new grant. I don't think there's any other grants we'll be able to complete. What now? So just another, yeah. Alright. Is that classified as an escape attempt? Yes, it does. I thought it might, if you get the keys off a guard and start running out. Just theoretically they can get away. I'm a bit disappointed that we're not going to do the death row in this run, purely because I've never really done death row properly. It's pretty rare to get death row inmates, and it's a big deal, as it should be. It's a decision that they made when they designed this game, that they didn't want sort of death row to be like this frivolous thing, because ultimately, like, game or not, you are absolutely dealing with, like, executing someone for their crime. That's what you're doing. That's what the death sentence is. You know, you are it's an execution of somebody. And just because you call it, you know, just because you don't call it an execution doesn't make it not one. Wasn't there another one we need to do here? I thought there was another door that we wanted to set to auto. Could be wrong about that though. Yeah, I think I am. That's fine. What's going on? Chris Smith again. Well, honestly, Smith, no wonder you're unhappy. You're in so many fights. Wow, that's a big pool of blood. Yeah, you're in so many fights. Like, you can never fix any of your things. Like, you're going straight back into solitary again for another 10 hours. Like, you're never gonna fulfill your things like that. Just ain't gonna happen. I'm wondering if we can't produce enough food either to keep them fed now that there's 80 in one bunch. Like if there was, so we got 113, so if there was like 60 and 60, we'd probably be okay. I definitely think this is a 60 capacity canteen, but it's not an 80 capacity canteen, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it would support that at all. Where's our guard? Oh, there he is. Sometimes these guards take absolutely forever to get to where they belong. Alright, so we've got 55,000 in bank balance, which is pretty damn good. What can we get for the prison? So we can get 450,000. So what happens there is that's the money we get. Bang. So where we had the starting grant of 50. So we started this prison with 50,000. Whereas we would start with 450,000. So honestly, that's pretty good. Okay, that's okay. So I don't see how we can really improve this by much. That's a fluctuating price. Stock and materials will be fluctuating price. Yeah, I think 450, 440 is about what we're going to get. It'll just be a matter of stopping it at 450, I think. And making sure that that is what we stop at. It's been a good prison. It's been a fun time. But, I think it's time we do something a bit different. Maybe we do a female prison. I haven't done one of those before. I think we might. I think we might do a women's prison. For our next one. It's got unique challenges. Also, can we just... I know this is probably like devaluing my prison because it's giving me less cash, but can we just, you know, grass this up, make it look nice. Because we got some grass here, some grass there, it looks like garbage, so let's just really fix up this whole grass problem. Plus, it makes the paths look better too, because they really, yeah, you can see like exactly where the path is. Although there's also parts of paving stone there that are missing. In fact, let's just grass this whole bit up here. Oops. And a bit of paving stone. Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what we're doing. Next prison, we'll do another one. Starting a women's prison. And I'll look through some mods and see what we can find to make it a little bit more exciting. Because I'm loving the extra work mod, like the extra reform programs. We haven't really used them in this, but it is nice. Okay, we'll just reschedule those. It is nice to have the option of doing all these extra reform programs because they're worth reform points. So every reform program they've completed gives them a higher chance, a lower chance of reoffending, which in turn drives up the grade of our prison. Oof. Because just as an example, let's grab old Chris Smith. Actually, Chris Smith's probably still in prison. Where's Rakowski? There he is. So if we look at the grading, so if you've never played Prison Architect before, this is basically what your prisoners are graded upon. So you can see here, he has a punishment rating of 10, so you want the higher numbers, right? So he's got a 10 because he's get 4 points from years served. He gets 7 points because in 36% of his stay he's been locked up so far, and 45% of his stay he's been suppressed, which has basically been because he's caused trouble. So that's good. He's got a reform of 7 because he's passed one easy program for 2 points. He's passed one intermediate program for 4 points. And he's spent 8% of his stay in reform programs. That's an extra 1 point, right? And security. So he gets 3 points for 36% of his stay locked up. He gets 4 points for staying under armed guard or suppressed. But he has a penalty of 1 because he's been involved in a violent incident. And then health, you can see he spent 1% of his stay with untreated injuries, so he gets a 1 penalty. So the only way to improve health is to feed them well and exercise them, which I don't know why he hasn't got that. I guess they probably don't get enough yard time, I would assume. So ultimately his estimated reoffending chance is 2%. So when he arrived, he had a reoffending chance of 16%, but we've reduced it to 2. So when he gets out of our prison, there is a 2% chance that he's going to come back to the prison. And that's really good, because ultimately, again, what the developers were going for with this game, and how it is in real life, is that lots of people are under, like, the impression that a prison is just, like, it's where you throw the bad people, and you just leave them there to rot. Whereas ultimately, that's not what they are. A prison, at least in most, like, civilized countries, in sort of some third world countries or, like, really heavy dictatorial countries, they might be. You know, like, in Soviet Russia, like, the gulags, you know, that's a prison where you just throw people and never expect them to come back. Whereas ultimately, a prison, like, in modern society, it's a place for reform. It's a way to give people a second chance. You're not just throwing them away. There is always the chance that you're going to turn them into a productive member of society. So the idea of the reoffending chance is to make it so that you keep their... That shouldn't be happening, because there must be someone here that doesn't belong. Or possibly not. Possibly they just hate. Is that Smith? No. Weird. Yeah, ultimately the point of the reoffending chance is to make it so that you get graded on how often your people reoffend. So the idea is that you make their stay not necessarily pleasant. I mean, you saw that you can get a lot of points for punishing people. So you can actually get a really good, like, reoffending chance and grade purely by just locking them up 24/7. It will reduce their health. It'll reduce their... whatever the other one was. Actually, so it would increase security, I believe. Yeah, it would increase their security. And it would increase their punishment. But they wouldn't get any reform points. They wouldn't get any health points. So, you know, there's multiple ways to run a prison. It is basically what I'm saying. But anyway, we are approaching the end of our episode, so I think it's time to say goodbye to this prison. So, we'll pause it, make sure we get the full 450, which it seems like we are. Is it going to fluctuate to 460, maybe? I don't think so. The bricks and mortar is still going up, and I don't know why. Okay, now it's fluctuating again. Alright, this is the max I think we're going to get for our prison. At least 20 prisoners, no recent deaths, no recent escapes, accountant on site. Boom, sell. So let's do this. Female prisoner. We'll pick the same warden, I think. It was the pacifier, right? Temperature of the prison. Actually, what else do we have? Hold up. Let's look through it again real quick. Small cut of the resale value of each piece of contraband found. That could be interesting. JW Periwinkle, guard dogs have 50% chance fully uncovering tunnels they detect. That's also not bad. Stockholm feels surprise twice. Nah. Halves the likelihood of receiving prisoners who are violent, lethal. You just deal with it. Honestly, I could go for either one of these. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking female prisoners, female warden. Yeah, that's what I think. Okay, so. Staff needs, no. Weather and temperature, no. I think it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Events, sure. Gangs, yes. We will do a large prison. Mutators. Alright. Is there anything else here we want to add? Permanent day, extra reputations. No, that's what we don't want. Removes the limits on types of contraband that can be imported into the prison. Burn the dead. That would be interesting. Local conservation laws mean the trees in this area cannot be chopped down. Interesting. Endless winter. Slow deliveries. I mean, that's not too bad. Slow time, the game clock slower. That was good, but maybe not. Contraband scanners. Nah. Although it used 5 times as much power. Kind of tempting. Short sentences. We could do that. Nah, maybe not. Never release, no pausing. No, it's not fun. I don't know anything about the reputation of prisoners getting off the bus. Question there is, does it never get revealed, or do you just have to get informants? I don't know. I don't know. Only gang members. Maybe a bit of a stretch. Acid rain. Prisoners who take drugs or alcohol will randomly gain a reputation trait. Ooh. That's crazy. Alright, but I'm pretty happy with this. So events, gangs, failure conditions, that's all fine. Generate forest, fog of war. Yep, pretty happy. We're taking her so we get a small cut of resale value. Done! Boom. Here we are. Brand new prison. And we are going to end this episode here. So thank you very much everyone for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you think you know any friends that might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video too with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback for videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comments section down below so that I can see it. I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Goodbye.